Hi there, everyone. Laurie Barraco here, and I thank you for tuning in for my card deck of the week messages. And I'm going to give everybody a moment or two to tune in. And when you have tuned in, please say hello in the chat area so that I know who's here. And if you could, let me know where you're tuning in from. So I am in Southwest Florida. I am Laurie Barraco. I am at the Fort Myers Mystical Moon. I have 2 storefronts where we offer private sessions, classes, healings, and we have a full retail area out front with crystals and sage and incense and all mystical goodies. So I'll give everyone another moment or two to say hello, to tune in. Hello, Vanessa. Please let me know where you're tuning in from. I always love to find out where people are tuning in from. So I've got Brandy there. Oh, and you are in St. Augustine from Fort Myers. I haven't been there yet. And St. Augustine is definitely on my bucket list. And there's Ashley. Hello from Naples. Hello, hello, hello. Margie from Ocean City, Maryland. Hello. Welcome everyone. So I'm going to do this reading session a little bit different. Vanessa says she's from Fort Myers and she's been to the Mystical Moon. Hello, Sandy from Fort Myers. So I am going to do this week's messages or card messages or this installment of messages a little differently. Been intuitively guided to do this differently. So if you're tuning in afterwards, know that these messages, this reading is timeless. So just because I am sharing these messages today on September 23rd, September 23rd, it can relate to whenever you're tuning in. So if you're watching on the 30th, the message is still valid. It's not time sensitive. All right, so I always like to start with a little bit of smudge, a little bit of clearing the space, myself, the cards, and some of my personal crystals that I have here. So I'm going to take a moment, if you would like to join me in setting the space, calling upon spirit, our higher selves, our guides, the masters of light, our ancestors, the wonderful wisdom councils that we all connect with to assist us today as we are open to receive messages from the light for our highest and best good. And I ask to be a channel of these messages with as little filter as possible to help them be as clear and relevant as possible for all those who are tuned in. And so it is. Nice smudge going. Hello, Girl Power. You're asking if you can ask a question. We'll see, maybe a little bit later. So if there's enough time and I don't have too many people in here, we'll see if time allows for me to open the space for questions. Okay? All righty. So it is. Ooh, that's a good smoke going. So I am going to put it over here to the side and allow it to keep doing its thing because it wants to do that. So this week this segment, I'm going to be working with the Ethereal Visions Tarot. We carry this in the store and the Mystical Moon in the store as well as in our online store. And so I did want to mention too, if you are tuning in, please feel free to subscribe to this channel, like, share, subscribe so that you can receive notifications of when I'm going live. Also, I have a newsletter through lauriebarraco.com if you would sign up for that as well, because I have a lot of goodies coming in. And also every month I select a winner to receive from my newsletter list, my Laurie Barraco newsletter list, to receive a free half-hour reading. And my readings for half hour are $75, and I do have quite the waiting list. So you also the winners get bumped to the front of the line. And I love doing that for people. I love connecting with people. I love being a facilitator for messages from spirit to help those on their journey, to help people on their journey. And I have some really cool things that are going to be coming up over the next couple of months that will be online events. So you definitely want to tune into my website, lauriebarraco.com, sign up, as well as the newsletter, and sign up and subscribe to YouTube. So in the meantime, as I'm shuffling, it looks like I kind of flipped the cards around a little, but that's okay. All right, so I'm sure you're ready to select your pile. So this is what I've decided to do. So I'm going to select 3 cards for 3 piles, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have each pile connected with a crystal. So not only do the cards have a message, but so does the crystal that is connected with that pile. So I'm going to select 1, 2, 3 for the first pile, and I'll show you all of this. One day I'll have a fancy setup. I'll get even more techie, and I will have an extra camera for my layouts. All right, 1, 2, and a 3. Okay. So I have 3 piles going here. And so for my first pile here, this is connected with the first pile. I have 3 piles with 3 of my personal crystals that I have here in my office space. The first pile has here. The point's pretty much still intact. Give it a moment. It says my connection's unstable. Hold on, friends. Maybe I shouldn't hold the crystal so close to the computer. Also here in Southwest Florida, it storms a lot during the summertime. Although we may be into fall, it still is summer here. Summer weather. Okay, so the first pile is connected with this candle quartz, right? So there's pile 1. And I won't go over the meaning of that yet. So here's pile 1. Pile 2 has a bloodstone. So pile 2 has a bloodstone. I kind of want to do this. Has a bloodstone. So here's pile 2. And then pile 3 has a black tourmaline. Black tourmaline crystal. So which pile are you being drawn to? Everybody doing okay? Is it 1, 2, or 3? Okay, see, already we've got pile 3, black tourmaline. Okay, so let's see, because I don't know what these cards, what messages these cards have as well. All right, let's see what we've got here. So pile 1, if anybody selecting pile 1? All right, pile 1 is this candle quartz, and the candle quartz, it looks kind of like a scepter. And I have a larger one on my shelf over there, and maybe next time I'll share that one. So the candle quartz, for me, has a connection, it's also like a scepter, to High Priestess energy. So anyone select this pile? Oh, there you go. Sandy says candle quartz. So it connects with High Priestess energy and High Priestess energy. And what energy is that? It's the energy of being tapped in and aligned with your magical, manifesting self. You are connected to the unseen realms, right? The realms that are non-physical. And there's this how do I say magical side to you? So maybe you work with the elements. Maybe you are, it's easy for you to manifest. You think of something and it happens. Also, high priest or priestess energy usually is one who is a leader in a position of leading people as well. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to go over the cards. So hi there, Angie, Charmed Karma, hello. So you're going to select pile, there are crystals connected with them. So if anybody's just tuning in, because I see a few more friends have tuned in, pile 1, which is candle quartz, pile 2, which is bloodstone, or pile 3, which is black tourmaline. All right, so my friends that selected the candle quartz, which so far I see that is Sandy. Wow, okay, so if you chose this crystal, pile 1, I will show you the cards and I will share my psychic message with it. So you have the Eight of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and then the King of Wands. So I believe tomorrow, was it today? It might have been today, or it's either today or tomorrow's card of the day is the King of Wands. The Eight of Wands is often associated with things happening very quickly. So if you selected this pile, you may be experiencing a quickening of events. You may be experiencing accelerated shit shows. You may be experiencing the shit hitting the fan, the poop hitting the fan. It's like you turn around, oh, there it goes. Oh my gosh, here it happens again. However, as things may kind of feel like they're coming at you at warp speed, you have the consciousness of the King of Wands, who knows what to do with said poo-poo. So he knows what to do when things start kind of getting a little hectic. He knows that he has the ability to shift his reality. He knows that he can take lemons and turn them into lemonade. So one of the most difficult cards is this Ten of Swords. So I'll show you the cards. They're really beautiful. So Eight of Wands, the Ten of Swords, which is known also as the Dark Knight of Swords, and the King of Wands. So things may be, be kind of challenging. And it's 2020, right? So it's 2020. So hey, who else isn't challenged, right? But you have the know-how to solve the challenges and then turn it into a superpower. It's like, oh, that's nothing. I got this, right? I'm calm, cool, and collected. Where maybe in the past I might have freaked out. I might have been overwhelmed. I'm going to take this situation and shift it, and not only shift it, but I'm going to use it as a teaching. And often what we experience, we share with others to inspire, to assist them on their journeys. A lot of times people come to us with certain issues or happenings that kind of challenge us. And then it's like, oh, I know what that's about. I've been there, right? Oh, you've come to the right place, because I can empathize and I can share with you, if you'd like, what I did to move through that challenge. So if you chose that candle quartz, yes, there have been difficult situations. And yes, they may have been coming in and it feels like you're not getting a lot of sleep either. It's okay, because you're going to take these scenarios and you're clearing karma and you're raising your consciousness and you're elevating your soul. And then you're going to take all of this and you're going to create delicious lemonade with it. Delicious, tasty lemonade with all of these scenarios. Okay. So if you don't have a candle quartz crystal, you can ask Spirit to assist you with aligning yourself and working with the vibration of that crystal. And I'm going to say that for those who maybe don't have access to certain crystals, like the one I wear often, moldavite. A lot of people aren't able to get their hot little hands on moldavite these days. So you can ask Spirit to assist you with bringing in the consciousness of moldavite and aligning yourself with it. Okay, so hopefully that message resonated for pile one with candle quartz. If you chose number 2, it's the bloodstone, and this is a raw piece of bloodstone. So bloodstone is heart chakra. It's green. Heart chakra, healing. You probably have some healing energies within you, and you probably could use a little bit of healing yourself. It's known as a powerful healer. It helps with circulation, and it helps with physical ailments. And I do believe that this stone also connects us with the consciousness and frequency of Archangel Raphael, who is a powerhouse helping us with our healing and where we need healing on our journey. Okay, so again, the deck is the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck, this deck here. And so if you choose Bloodstone, this goes perfectly. They all will go perfectly, I know they will, with the cards in the pile. So if you who chose Bloodstone? I see a few people did choose Bloodstone. You have got the Strength card. You have the Six of Swords. And then you have the Seven of Swords. And I did shuffle these quite well. Okay. So you definitely are being called upon to channel courage and strength to move on from toxic situations at this time. It's time to take your pride, because usually strength has that lion. Take your pride, your ego, and move on. Your ego may have taken a couple of hits, but it's time to move on from the mental torture that you have been subjecting yourself to. And it's time for healing. You probably are experiencing physical symptoms of stress and fatigue and overwhelm. And a lot of times it hits us with our immune system, right? So that can, like, all of this toxicity definitely will eventually take a toll on our physical well-being. You may feel like crap. You may be so tired but can't sleep. That's similar with the first card, not being able to sleep. But it's time to move on and not worry about the last word, not worry about having closure and clarity. You got to get the heck out of Dodge at this time. Okay, it's time to move on, and maybe there'll be closure in the future, and maybe there won't be. But it is time to move on from whatever scenarios have been challenging for you at this time. It's time, and chances are, Spirit has already trying to get you to budge. Spirit has been trying to kind of give you that etheric push. It's time. You need to take care of yourself, okay? I'm just going to check in on some of the cards here. So Athena, she says, good God, she's in tears. She's been battling even a cold for 3 weeks. Okay, so it's time. This is your message. This is your message for who, and even if you didn't choose the bloodstone, right? If you didn't even choose that pile, if you're in a situation that you know is not good for you, and you're trying to have closure, and you're trying to be a good doobie, and you're not getting anywhere, it's time to move on, okay? Ask Archangel Raphael to help you. Ask your helpers, ask Spirit to assist you on your journey. It's time to move on. And this phrase has been coming through so strongly from that I've been channeling these days. It's, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve that type of treatment. Okay? So this is your validation that maybe you can accept that you can't change things as they are. And maybe it's your validation that it's time to start untangling yourself from scenarios that aren't healthy. I'm not saying pack your bags and get out. I'm saying, well, maybe for some of you need to do it, and that's the only way you're able to do it. I'm saying to get used to the idea that this may not work out. And probably you have had that intuitive hit that this is not good for me, that I'm not going to make any progress. I'm not going to change anything. So this is the time for you to start. Some of you have to phase out slowly and untangle the emotions and the energetic ties. Okay? Okay. Vanessa says she's in the middle of the situation. The Strength card stands out for you. It's a wonderful card. And even if you didn't choose that pile, right? You didn't choose bloodstone, the message may be so relevant to you. It's time for you to do what you need to do so that you can be in alignment again with your soul's purpose. Okay. And sometimes it does take time. It most certainly takes time sometimes to unravel the connections, the obligations, to get a sure footing. If you need to save money, save that money. If you need to start making connections to help you transition, start making those transitions. I am always one to say, make sure that you set yourself up for success and try not, some situations they're detrimental to your health, and some situations just are, it's like survival. It's like, if I stay, I'm not going to make it. Right. So that's a whole different scenario than preparing yourself for moving on. Right. And usually we do know. And you are most welcome, Athena. Okay. So if you chose number 3, black tourmaline. Now this used to be, so again, these are my personal crystals. This used to be a much larger piece of black tourmaline, and it happened to break in half, or not even half. I'm looking at the other piece. The other piece is like the size of these fingers here, like my 4 fingers. So like a little chunk fell off of it. It did its job. And I might be guided to gift it to somebody else. We'll see what happens. Okay, so oh yeah, so black tourmaline is a powerful protector. It grounds us, it shields us, it repairs our auric field. It does all of these beautiful things to help us stay in the body, to help us focus, and to help deflect lower frequencies and vibrations that are not for our highest and best good. Okay. So we have, I'm listening to the messages, the Page of Wands reversed. I love the gold. I don't know. I'm digging gold these days. Anybody else really connected to gold? I'm loving the color gold and gold. Gold. Everything's gold for me these days. Okay, so even my earrings, these are gold. These are gold. But I'm wearing a silver chain, but I needed the gold. I know this. So gold also represents solar energy, masculine energy, empowered energy. Silver is more connected, okay, to the moon. Gold is connected to the sun. So the moon is more of a softer type of energy. It's intuitive, it's receptive. Gold is more assertive, masculine, take charge kind of energy. So if you have the black tourmaline pile, you have the Page of Wands reversed. You have the Nine of Cups reversed. And then you have the moon. So my message right here has to do with illusion and asking ourselves the question about truth. What is reality? What is reality? What do you think? Why am I holding on to this illusion? Why am I okay with supporting a nonsense story, a nonsense identity? Why am I going along with things when I know it's not where I'm at? Why am I pacifying certain situations, right? So that's a deep question too, right? Because sometimes we don't want to offend others. Sometimes we don't want people to not like us. Sometimes we change our feelings about situations and our viewpoint, our perspective, and maybe we're not ready to voice that. The question is, where are you not authentic in your life? If your significant other or your new significant other likes baseball and you don't, and you're completely faking it, why are you faking it? Won't they still like you if you don't like baseball? You can sit with someone and accompany them to a baseball game or watch it on television without really liking it. You don't have to fake it. You know, what if you don't like Greek food and they want to go eat Greek food? Why would you subject yourself to having food that doesn't sit right in your stomach? What if you have a sensitivity? What if you have an allergy? Right? So there are many different questions, or scenarios. So Spirit's asking, where is it that you are compromising who you are and your happiness and you're not being authentic? Where are you not living authentically? Now, I'm not talking politics. I'm not talking speaking the truth with someone and letting them have it when they're not stable, right? So that's a whole different scenario. Where are you not owning who you are and tending to your soul's needs and your journey? It's a great question. And no, you have the protection and the consciousness of black tourmaline to help you ground yourself, to help you align with situations and scenarios when you are able to speak your truth and to speak it with authenticity, honesty, integrity, and grace. I think that's coming up a lot for a lot of us. Okay, they're giving me a scenario. I'm hearing a scenario of kidding ourselves? Where are we kidding ourselves? So say someone borrowed money from you and they said, they're going to pay it back. I'm going to pay it back. I promise you I'll pay it back. And here we are 6-7 months now. They're not paying you back and they've made no effort. They're driving a new car and so on and so forth. Where are you kidding yourself? So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to say, look, you're not, give me my money, right? They may not have the money. It may be a really awkward situation to confront, but now you've made that mental note inside here and in here saying they don't follow through with what they say. They may be users. I may have been played, and maybe we pride ourselves on being good judges of character, and sometimes we're not, right? So there's so much with all of this. As we could go really in depth with all three of these messages, but Spirit wants to give us a little bit of a taste to kind of contemplate on what's my message right now, and how can I grow, and how can I be more authentic with myself? Yeah. So Vanessa's question is, do you think it has to do with the equinox? Do you mean the me being connected with gold? There you go. Yeah. It could. It could have to do with the equinox. I love gold colors. Okay, so here's another example. This is fall. I do have my pumpkin spice cold brew foam looking gold there. How many gold things do I have on my table? Well, I've got that. And I've got this here too. My coaster, kind of gold. Yeah, and then the gold on the card. So yeah, I'm so being drawn to those rich color, that rich color and the falls and the browns and harvesty kind of colors too. Just going to check in on some of the messages here. And Brandy says it was powerful. You're so welcome. And so Brandy says that there are areas that she's, kind of bending. There is a way to communicate. And, a lot of times when we just kind of go along with it, because I don't want to, upset them and I want to see them happy. And a lot of times people will say, I knew he didn't like it. I knew he didn't like Greek food. I had a feeling you hated baseball. Why'd you go along with it, right? Because I love you. But what if we started off like from the get-go? Well, I'm not a fan of Greek food. You may love it, but let's see, is there something that doesn't have certain spices, right? Is there a dish that doesn't have certain spices? Or maybe I'll pick you up some Greek food, I'll get Chinese, and then we'll have dinner together at home and everybody's happy, right? So we can do something like that. We can compromise in that way. I'll give you Greek food and I'll pick up also the Chinese food and we'll both be happy, right? Yeah. All right. So let's see if there are any questions or comments. And if you're just tuning in, you might have to go back to the rewind to the replay, excuse me, to select your crystal, your personal crystal for your message, can of quartz, my bloodstone, and then my black tourmaline. Let's see if there are any other questions. If there aren't any other questions about the readings I did, then I will open the floor for some questions, some personal questions. And so, girl power, now is the time to type in that question. All righty. I'm going to continue to use the Ethereal Visions deck, and it is by Matt Hughes. Love this deck. Okay, my Athena, she says, what if mental torture is from your family? Well, then we can start working with this black tourmaline and ask Spirit to help you with this process, to help you create boundaries, to help you to not internalize what's going on, and help you clear the ancestral karma that is in place from and with your family. Also depends on which family members. Oh, a card jumped out. So this is interesting. Athena, you have this one jumped out, the Seven of Swords reversed. Things are getting flip-flopped, and people are triggering others on purpose, right? So I might say, criticize you on your clothes, and I know you're sensitive about your clothes or maybe your weight, and I'm triggering you on purpose, right? And maybe you think that they're picking on you on purpose, and maybe they're not picking on you on purpose. I feel like there's a flip-flopping kind of going on. I hope that comes through clear. I feel like there's a flip-flopping that's going on there. I am hearing that some members are trying. They're trying. It may not be great. It may not be perfect, but I think that they're trying. I feel like one or two family members are trying. It may not be exactly how you had hoped it would be. That's definitely ancestral karma. And I think that they have a hard time relating to you. It kind of feels like, you feel like the black sheep of the family. They have a hard time relating with you. So what I'm going to encourage you is to align yourself to try to meet them halfway. I'm not saying to, excuse the term, dumb it down, but I'm going to encourage you to take a deep breath and try to understand their language. Okay. Hang in there. I think that there will be some improvements, but I don't see it getting to exactly where you feel really comfortable. Okay. All right. So Barb, I'm glad you enjoyed our session. Yes, I get a yes. But I think I did mention that though, waiting. So I did receive, a yes, absolutely. And I just pulled 3 cards for you. So I got a yes. You've got your 4 of Cups, Ace of Swords. It's a great idea. And then you have the Knight of Wands. So I'm going to encourage you to continue with that cruise. Continue making plans. You have enough time to go. You have enough time to prepare. And I would start working with the affirmation of, I am well enough to travel. I am well enough to travel on a cruise or go anywhere. My health is excellent. I am in the best shape and health I've ever been in, even if you're faking it. Okay. Hello, Louise. Oh, is the sound in the sound and video kind of a little wonky? It was doing that before it showed the connection was unstable, and I think that has to do with the weather too here. It's not raining yet. You're welcome, Barb. All right, any other questions? Going to give it a little bit more time. I'm going to answer questions until quarter till, so about another 10 more minutes if there are any other questions. So I know my girl power, feel free to type in your question. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're just popping on now, feel free to sign up for my newsletter, Laurie Barraco, at lauriebarraco.com. I do offer private sessions, but I also have lots of really great goodies in there, and I have some really exciting stuff coming up over the next couple of months. Oh, I did see the question about the chakras. Oh, Vanessa. Yes, Vanessa. Are there any chakras you should be working on? I go right to your throat chakra, Vanessa. So I'm going to encourage you to work with balancing and toning down the throat chakra. Interesting. A lot of times we feel like, oh, I should be empowering it. No, they're saying you have no problem with that in some areas. Now it's time to temper it so that you can speak more eloquently to get your point across. So it's not just with other people, but also the dialogue that you have with yourself. Oh yeah, they're telling me it's kind of, you really amp it up. It's turned up the dialogue, the inner criticism, the inner critic, the judgmental voice that you have for yourself. throat chakra, we need to cool it down. So I'm going to encourage you to work with light blue colors, light blue crystals, breathing in beautiful light blue like the sun, the sky, breathing that color into this throat chakra energy center, asking spirit to help you communicate in a way that that you feel comfortable with, to help you with getting your point across, to help you not over communicating, and to help you speak more lovingly to yourself. And to help you speak into fruition your intentions and your goals for yourself. Okay, all right. Okay, so then Vanessa asked about I would say Michael, Archangel Michael's trying to connect with you. Hello, Linda Marino. What can I do differently to deflect other people's energy around me? It keeps draining my energy. Oh, it's such a sludgy year, isn't it? Oh, this year. Thick sludge consciousness energy. No fun, no bueno, no fun. Linda. Do you already work with copper? Because I am hearing copper jewelry, like a copper ball to hold on to, a bracelet. They have from Slim Sperling's website, there are copper rings to put over the head and ring through the body, out through the feet, in your auric fields. Copper is really good for you. Calling in Archangel Michael. And do you know that this year there is an increased, not the sludge that's in the cosmos, because everybody's crap is being dialed up. It's been dialed up and it's on the increase. So we're getting hit with etheric auric crap left and right, like shrapnel, etheric auric crap, shrapnel all over the place. Okay. Yeah, so just know there is an increase of it, but I am hearing copper would be really good for you. You're welcome, Athena. So Brandy's asking about her relationship, the longevity. Well, let's give it some. I'm hearing a little bit more time. I'm going to select one card for you, though. So we have the sun reversed. Okay, so we need to give each of you time to recalibrate, to reconnect. You know what they're showing me? You know when your cable's out, and so you got to unplug the modem, and it's like, okay, it's still recalibrating, and then it's synced, and then there we go. And that's what I'm feeling with your relationship, Randy. You just hang in there. Just wait till you're in sync with each other again. You're not in sync right now. Give it a little bit more time. All right, just a little bit more time to recalibrate. And I'm hearing, Brandy, I'm hearing for you to really sit with asking yourself the question, what is it I really want? And I don't mean relationship-wise. I mean for yourself. Where do you see yourself going? Where are you not happy, and why are you not happy with that? I don't think the marriage is the first place to look. I think it has to do with where your goals are and where your passions are. Let's start there first, and then there's a recalibration, and then it's time to revisit things. You might feel like, hey, we're great now. I was having a rough time. Angie says, from Charmed Karma, I'm going to have to watch this later. I have no internet and I'm about to lose it. I hope it's not me that's going in and out, because that would be really frustrating as a viewer. I'd be like, I'm not watching this now. Yes, catch me later. Catch it later, Angie. And you're welcome, Vanessa. And yeah, I struggle with it too. You're welcome, Linda. And Margie asked about how can I remove this block around me? Margie. It's the timing is off. That's what I'm hearing. The timing is off. It's the timing. I feel like there are some steps that are necessary for you to take before things kind of open up. They're showing me, it's like loose ends. I'm seeing loose ends over here, but you're not looking at the loose ends. You're like, yeah, later. I want this to happen over here. But then those tend to the loose ends first, and then trust in the timing. Okay, I'm just hearing it's timing, Margie. It's just, especially when there are other people involved, and if you've listened to my my message sessions, that a lot of times that there are certain scenarios that need to fall into place, and it's not that it's not going to happen, but some things are necessary for the soul to experience. And you're welcome. You're welcome, Brandy. All right. I hope that makes sense, Margie. So Vanessa has a question about a clair that she's more naturally inclined to. So I'm going to give you a tip. One way to really understand how your intuition works is how you describe how you receive information. And you may say, I heard it. If I hear it, it's clairaudience. If I see it, I saw that. It's clairvoyance. If you know it, I just know it. That's claircognizance. If you feel it, it's clairsentience. Okay, so that will help you with identifying which gift it is. And sometimes it's a couple of them. And sometimes it's just mainly two that you feel are the strongest. But I think, I feel like it's more of feeling. And that was the Two of Swords that just fell down. Feeling, it's more of feeling. Clairsentience. And Sandy asked, should I travel to visit my mom and sister in October? I'm having that, hearing that it might be best to wait just a little bit. Just wait a little bit. Wait. There might be something that pops up that you might have to delay it anywhere. So anyway, so when I ask a yes no question, there's I select 3 cards, and the majority is the answer. So if it's 2 or 3 upright, it's a yes. If I have 2 or 3 reversed, it's a no. And I get 2 reversed, and the one that was right side up, it's the 10 of Cups. So I think it has to do with their timing as well. So the timing's just off a little bit, or something's going to pop up. I think on their end, it feels like. And Vanessa says that makes sense. You're welcome. Alrighty, everybody. I hope well, looks like I was able to get to some questions anyhow. Who knew, right? I'm bummed though with my friend here. Girl power missed out. Next time. Alrighty, everybody. I look forward to connecting with you soon. Don't forget to subscribe and to sign up for the newsletter to know when I'm going live next time, and then to be on the newsletter for all the upcoming cool things that I have planned for everybody and myself too, because I find it all exciting. Alrighty, be well, take care, everybody. Have a lovely evening. It's Wednesday night here at the Fort Myers store. I will be playing the Crystal Bowl meditation here at the center, and in the future I probably will be doing that online. I try to be mindful. I am mindful of the sound in the crystal bowls when you play them on the microphone or the computer. It can sound a little off, so I have to find the right pitch sound and the setting on my microphone. Okay, so I'll do that in the future too. I love crystal bowls. Anyways, I have to prepare for that tonight. You're so welcome. Thank you, everyone. Take care. I'm glad you popped on too, Barb. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. Be well. Take care. And I'll see you all soon. Namaste.